I am doing a hard reset on this Anthurium. So this here is Anthurium pallidiflorum. Look at how big and beautiful this thing is, but I will insert a photo of what it used to look like because it used to be twice as beautiful. And now it's looking a little skimpy, it's looking a little bit tired. Are you seeing this right here? That's from water stress, that's from overwatering, that's from drying up, and he's kind of a shadow of his former self. And the reason for that is because he's, I think, my only Anthurium and one of my only plants that is not only not in a vase, he's in terracotta. I thought he would like it in here because he spent the last 2 years of his life in a Vanda basket, which is those wooden baskets that you see orchids, you see, the staghorn ferns, you see those. So I thought he could take this terracotta life. He's just not liking it, guys. He's not liking it. So I'm going to give him the vase life. And I got a vase today. So because I don't have a table, we're just gonna go down onto the floor. Woo! All right. Motherfucker. Why do I have shoes on in this household? What the? So, oh, here it is. I went to the Flower District, which is on 28th Street here in Manhattan. Oh, and I saw this book. New York City Historic Floral District. Going strong since, I don't know, it said 176 years. So I'm going to read this because I like plant history. I like to nerd out on plant stuff. So yeah, isn't that cool? So I'm going to have this to look at later on and add it to the bookshelf, the plant bookshelf, with all my other plant books. All right, we're gonna keep this nice and simple, guys. So we got the vase here. I almost just like smashed it. I wasn't gonna smash it. What am I, the Hulk? Jake, how strong do you think you are? You're gonna break this, take this tag off. This thing was 24 bucks, and I think that's a pretty good price. Glass, glass ain't that cheap. It's not that cheap. Stuck to my finger. All right, the reason why it's going into a much bigger pot is because I need him to stay moist and hydrated for a long time because he's been drying out too quickly. So he needs to go into a bigger vessel. So I have my pumice here and I'm going to create a free draining, can you even see? You can't even see. Jake, what are you even doing on YouTube if you can't even? Oh, this is great. Okay guys, we're gonna keep this short and sweet. So here it is. So we are going to create a base, a free draining base, so that when I water it, a little bit of water can trickle to the bottom, sit at the bottom. If I go away for a week or several days, I can fill it up till there's a little bit of a reservoir, and then over the next couple of days, that reservoir will be wicked up by the substrate through capillary action, and it will keep the plant hydrated for longer. But the free draining base will prevent the roots from ever sitting in water unless they grow into the free draining base. Now, roots inevitably will grow down into the free draining base. That's fine because it's very aerated, because it's free draining. Have I said free draining enough times, guys? I got some pumice right here, but you can use leca, perlite, fluvistratum. I use all those things, baby. All right, but we're gonna use pumice today. Couple rocks trying to escape. So yeah, you just want like an inch or so. That's all you really need, guys. Okay, we're going to take him out of his current situation and see what we are dealing with. Like, does he have dry rot? Like, is he just crispy? Like, what is going on here? Well, that's a dead root, so I guess that's not very good. Okay. Oh, geez. He's in there. He's in there, but good. And he hasn't been in here that long, guys. I mean, I did a video where I repotted this guy, and I've since repotted him. If you've seen that video, you can see that he's not in the setup that he was originally in. That was a flop. That's another thing about terracotta, guys, is that the plant's roots can stick to the sides. I knew that going in, but I didn't expect to have to unpot him this quickly. Okay, there we go. Okay, so his roots look great. His roots look great. He was just drying out a little bit too much, but they were filling up that whole thing. Do you see that, guys? Look at those roots. You want nice white roots with the white, with a little bit of yellow, a little whitish, yellowish tips. That's what you want to see. I do love these pots though. I love how weathered and just disgusting and rotten and beautiful they look. Ugh, I don't even think I've used this pot yet. And the first thing I'm gonna use it for is to mix some substrate. And you can't stop me. What is this? Some weird stuff in moss, I tell you. You ever just see random strands of plastic in moss? Have you guys gotten these barrels to see strands of plastic? What is the deal? We're going to put in a little bit of tree fern just to add some texture. I find that plants are doing better when I have a mixture of media in there that dries out at different rates. So if the tree fern dries out, the moss might not dry out as quickly. There's still little patches of moisture here and there. So it's not like if the moss dries out, then the whole thing's dry, or if the tree fern dries out, the whole thing's dry, or the leca, or the whatever. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of bark as well. I think it's good to create some diversity in your substrate. What does that even mean, Jake? Do you even know what you're talking about? I don't even think. What have you been doing on YouTube? Oh, I need way more moss than that. I gotta fill this whole thing. Oh, I'm gonna need to use all of this. Oh, we're making. What are we making right now? What is this? Imagine if you saw someone in a kitchen doing this. Like if you saw this at the stove, like what would you think? Because this looks delectable. Okay, we'll put a little bit at the bottom there. Make sure it's even. We're gonna put in a lot at the bottom actually. We gotta fill this sucker up. Oh, what a mess this is. Okay. Okay, everyone get out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. Oh, put this in here. I'm gonna need all this. I'm gonna need all of this. Guys, I put in so much water, it's all gone. It's all been absorbed. My God, look at all this moss. Gotta use all this moss. That's pretty good. So yeah, he's sitting at the bottom, and I'm gonna put him over here so he has a little bit of space to grow that way. You guys seeing that? Okay, so now we're going to take the substrate and put it all around town. Just put it all around town. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Jake, shut up. Okay. Now I need my handy dandy toothbrush. No, paintbrush. The reason why I use a paintbrush is because the bristles are a nice soft edge, or a nice soft point that I can use to tuck all of that medium in without damaging the roots. And what I like about vases is that, I mean, there's a lot of things I like about vases, but one thing that I really like is that I can see all the big air pockets on the sides and I can fill in those gaps. Whereas if this was just like a pot, I wouldn't know. Yeah, fill in those gaps. Yeah, you like that? You like that? You little motherfucker. Guys, oh my God. In like 6 months, well, he's kind of a slow grower. In a year from now, he is going to look just magnificent. I'm telling you. I mean, he at one point looked freaking stunning. He was one of my favorite plants, and then he kind of, well, I kind of let him go, and then, you know, he kind of went. He didn't let himself go. That's the thing, guys. Plants only let themselves go. We let them go. So if a plant dies, it didn't die, you killed it. That's the hard truth, baby. I'm just telling you. So quit crying, buy another one, get over yourself, and just enjoy plants again. Guys, I hate this. Look at this. This leaf has been holding on by a thread. Do you see that? I can't with that leaf. I'm very happy the roots looked great. So yeah, the roots looked just fine. They were growing. The thing is, guys, he wasn't liking, he was drying out too much. That's the thing. I thought that because I had over-potted him slightly, intentionally, the moss around the edge would stay hydrated enough and wet enough that it would keep the root mass on the inside, the inside ball mass of the ball mass, the root mass. You know what I'm trying to say? Listen to what I'm thinking and you'll understand me perfectly. Let's get some more of this moss. Let's get some of this, and let's get some of this. Did I get all the air pockets? There's a little one there. Let me just chuck that moss in. All right, guys. We did it. We frickin' did it. Now, we're gonna water him. And you know what, guys? Because I didn't really mess up his root system a whole lot, I'm gonna water him with some fertilizer water. Let's just get right down to it. Oh yeah, you like that? Like all that wetness? Oh yeah, that's right. I make my plants wet. And all this miscellaneous crap, just put it in there. Because why waste it? All right, guys. Can I get rid of the mess so it looks like I cleaned up? Oh. Oh. There, I cleaned up. Oh. There, I cleaned up. Just gonna water a little bit again. Guys, I use this for my fertilizer water because then I can just put this on my kitchen counter and it looks aesthetic. Guys, I'm so excited. I am going to Panama. I'm shooting a music video there and I am going to vlog for this channel. And I am so excited. We're going to hike. We are going to see aeroids, anthuriums, philodendrons in their natural habitat. I'm so excited. And there are so many endemic species. I might even find a species that's undescribed. I might find several undescribed species and I won't even know because there's just so many narrow endemics out there in Panama. It's crazy. I was this close to camping out in the rainforest with a tour guide. And then I was like, well, Jake, don't do the snakes. And the snakes and the spiders and the insects come out at night. So I was like, maybe not this time. Maybe not this time. Oh, he is heavy! He's a dumbbell now. All right, guys, we're not quite done yet. We have one last thing to do. And there he is. Remember when I said we're doing a hard reset? Oh, let's get these things off too. That can go. Get out of here, sir. Oh, this can go. Get out. Get out, get out, get out. Oh, this one can go. Now, guys, you might be like, Jake, why'd you do that? I will tell you why. New leaf, new leaf. New leaves are coming in right now. And those leaves were shit. Didn't like them. They weren't good. They were crispy, they were ugly, they were sloppy. And we don't do sloppy in this household. So we're gonna put him right there, and he is going to start over. That is how you do a hard reset on your Anthurium. I'll give you guys an update in a few weeks on how these two new leaves come in once they harden off. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Jake, also known as Plant Gate for Life. Go stream my music on Spotify. Oh, okay, bye-bye. Guys, who am I? Yes. And say that shit with your chest. And be your own fucking best friend.